Hey everybody, it's me, Beth Maitland at DramaQueenBee Quilts. I hope you're having a great weekend, and this is the first official day of summer, the summer equinox, so I'm very much hoping that everybody's having a great day, a great weekend, and preparing a great celebration of summer. I have a few kits that I'm clearing out. I'm cleaning out my studio and getting ready for a new class, and I have some kits that I'm clearing out that were left over from a couple of classes I just taught. And so I'm going to put the kits available for you as requested by some of my students to purchase extras on my Etsy shop. So I want to go quickly through what we're making in this pile of kits. There are 4 kits available. I will explain a little bit more thoroughly. There will be this printed instruction sheet, which is very thorough with photographs and detailed instructions. These are also what I hand out at my classes. Talks about creating in the various levels to complete a beautiful either needlebook or a slow-stitched fabric book. And then the last page has some embroidery threads, diagrams for that information as well. The paper is going to rattle a little bit, but I'm going to open one of these and show you what comes in the kit. None of the kits are identical, but they are all very similar. They include vintage and modern fabrics curated by me, and let's take a look at one. This one has recently been opened, and I'm going to put it in a new package, so I'll use this one as our sample. First of all, just as a little treat, I've included for everybody a little tiny pocket journal, a little notebook, and a little pen to either go in a pocket in the book that you're going to make, or to just tuck in your purse or use whatever, but everybody gets one of those in the kit. This is the tie for the little book. It is a beautiful piece of sari silk. This is 100% silk, torn and repurposed and hand-dyed from saris or sari fabric, and curated by me to close everybody's kit. Everybody gets little pieces of lace to overlay or fussy cut. Everybody gets one vintage serviette. Some of them have colored embroidery, some of them are just beautifully hand finished, and in every case you get an entire serviette, which is a cloth napkin, and then you can tear it up and embroider on it, use the elements for pieces that you slow stitch onto your journal, use your creativity to apply those. And then everybody gets a piece of vintage embroidery that has been curated from a damaged piece of tablecloth or a napkin or table runner, or perhaps pillowcases that were hand embroidered by somebody, and we did with the stains and the damage and the storage and the rust stains on the piece, we still wanted to use someone's beautiful work. So you can apply this by applique onto your pages or your journal. And then this is from a lovely Tim Holtz collection fabric, just torn little label. And then the fabrics are all curated to match and kind of go together. These are all to collage onto the cover or to use as pages or lining. And I've got some, here's another bit of lace, some tilde bits, some dots, love dots and stripes, some little vintage type of feel in the fabrics, but these are all new quilters cotton. Curated as a collection for this book. And then there's a muslin base upon which you will collage and stitch, and a piece of batting in the same shape, and this will be your cover. Inside one of the fabrics, usually the last one, is about the same size, and that is your lining. So before you start tearing and ripping into fabrics, this will all be collaged and made into your book cover, and this piece that is the same size approximately will be your lining fabric, and then these can be decorations and pages. So every kit is different but similar. Every collection is curated in sort of a colorway. So that is what's going to be in these kits that are going on my Etsy shop. This one is the green colorway. And then we'll review, here's sort of a lavender blue, kind of wisteria colorway. And there's your little treats, and there's the serviette with vintage embroidery. Here's a teal aqua with the serviette with vintage embroidery and similar fabrics in this teal colorway. And then here is the last one, It's sort of a green and blue, and this is the serviette, which is an antique torn piece of fabric. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the same as the last one. There's the full serviette that has the embroidery on it. With laces and all of the similar pieces and your little notebook and pen. So these are the ones that are going up on my shop over the weekend, and these will be available to you soon. If you are interested, they come, like I said, with the printed directions inside, and there will be a link to my social media, including my YouTube channel instructions for how to basically go about slow stitching and construction. All right, thank you so much. We will see you stitching.